Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at how the tech LR Super Saiyan Gohan Teen and Super Saiyan Goten Kid unit does in Dbz Dokkan Battle. Now this unit got their EZA. It was an LR EZA, but a lot of their EZA was tied into Goku. So basically, a lot of their baseline stats actually haven't changed too much if you essentially like take them at face value. They haven't changed honestly that much at all. Attack and defense of 158%. They have an additional attack now. That has a high chance of becoming a super instead of medium. They do get an additional 1 key per type key sphere obtained. That's the biggest change and it's a very important one. They're the same with requiring 10 attacks to get up to their full passive. But then they have an additional attack and defense of 59% and launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming super attack when your team has an ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn. So this is like very important. It's like absolutely massively crucial to showcasing how well they do. They get an additional attack of 59% when activating the active skill, or when key is 24. So, like, it's very important when you're evaluating them that you understand that for them to fully function, they need to have a Goku. Like, they have to have a Goku. Like, they fully need a Goku to have their full passive. Extra super attack is locked behind it essentially. The extra attack and defense of 59% is locked behind it upon super. Both of these are crucial to elevating them to like superstar levels of performance. If you watch my review video, you'll notice that they're very good even without a Goku. They still can be very good, however they can just not be as good, basically. So it is important, and another important factor is all in the family, which is a very crucial link for them. It's a 20% attack, or sorry, 20% defensive buff, and it does make a big difference for them. I think overall their EZA is still pretty good. I personally like their EZA, I like it a lot. I just think the only problem you have is they are naturally a second slot unit. So they naturally exist as a priority second slot unit because they have very high defense after super, but they have good defense start of turn after they're fully built up and they do big damage. So you either have to cater by having a Goku in the first slot all the time, or by having 3 floating Gokus, which is also fine. It's not like a major train smash to have floating Gokus or anything like that, especially nowadays with how good teams are. But yeah, it is one of those things. You are just gonna have to basically, to cut a long story short, you're gonna have to be aware. You're gonna have to build your team around that. If you want them to shine, you're gonna have to do that. They will still be a good unit even without Goku. They can still do hard content. They can still be useful. They're just not nearly as peak as when they have a Goku. So yeah, that is what happens though. Now with I think for me personally, with them in red zones and things like that, I think overall they're pretty good in the majority of red zones. They're quite solid in like most of the red zone content. They have like a pretty decent foundation. It's gonna be a couple of the newer ones that have very strong out the gate AoEs that are gonna give them problems. Because even their start of turn, so their start of turn defense is 240k alongside Goku with all in the family. 240k with an attack and defense buff of 59%, and also when you factor in their raising defense on their 12 key and their 18 key, all of a sudden they'll be at I think 400 or so, 500k defense, which means they should be fine to tank normals, except for maybe some int bosses. Not talking about the AoEs. So in general, that's pretty good. That's good foundational level stuff. It's just that AoEs give so many units problems. So it's always difficult to measure a unit, based entirely on AoEs and things like that. But for me, overall, I think they're just really solid, and they're really, really good. Their damage is very, very good. Like, when they pop off, they can pop off. When you pop, they're one of those units, when you pop the active skill, and then you pop the, you get the 2 additional supers, you can proc the additional super out of the hidden potential system, you can build them with a very high crit rate because of the fact that they have built-in additionals, and all of a sudden, you can really pop off. You can really whoa, you can go crazy. So they do have that ability. They have that ability to, go from being not bad, but I mean, they can really push that, there can be turns where they look insane. Yeah, it's very similar to Strength Kaiken Goku to some extent. With the setup and everything working for him, Strength Kaiken Goku can look ridiculous. 324 million attack stats, and his active skill does huge damage, and he's got attacks effective against all types, and he just looks crazy. And they're kind of the same. You get those turns and you get everything to roll where they are just they're out of control. They are they're on another level. They look ridiculous, and that's cool. I think it's fine to have units like that. I don't think it's a problem in design. I think it's more than fine. I think we need more units like that, actually, personally speaking. But it does mean that there are certain events that are going to hinder them. Strong AoEs in the beginning, and it's not that they can't do those events. You can pop a Whis, a Ghost Usher, they get through that phase and they'll incinerate the next phase. It's just that you need to accept that maybe that no item run you want to do, you're probably better off bringing another unit. You can probably do it with them. You could probably build them full evasion, I guess, if you want to waste your time doing that, or for them specifically. But me, I'm going to stick with them just absolutely incinerating pretty much everything. So yeah, for me, really, really, really good unit. I'm really, really happy, basically, with their performance. I think they're fantastic, and I think overall they are a really, really awesome, really, really solid unit. They're great in the majority of red zones, pretty much any red zone where they're not required to tank 500k immediately from an AoE super. They're basically going to be good in any event where that's not the case. Like I said, it doesn't take them much to get to that point. If you have a Goku in your team or alongside them, you tend to see a really good performance out of them. I mean, you just saw them there. I know they have time advantage, but tanking Broly 200k is pretty good. Yeah, they got time advantage and everything, but they weren't fully built up either. So for me, it's really good stuff. Really, really impressed by them. Now, if you somehow get the active skill going, and the 24 key, and the Goku, and the everything, then these guys look pretty crazy. They look pretty nutty. But yeah, for me, I think overall, really, really good stuff by them. Super duper impressed. Overall, very happy with their performance, and I think they're a fun unit. Are they the best damage dealer in the game? I don't think so. I think with Goku Black now being able to do 20 mil out the gate, and I think they're a bit too conditional, although I do think they are very consistent. I think they are a very consistent damage dealer, and I like them. I do really like them. I think they're really solid, and I have a lot of fun using them. So yeah, that's it from me though. Honestly, I really like them as a unit, and yeah, if you try them out in a couple of events, you'll be pleasantly surprised. I don't think there's a situation where they're not at least a solid option for any team. And with their leader skill and the amount of categories they're on, I think you'll find pretty good usability for them. But yeah, basically, that's realistically about it. I think that kind of covers everything you need to know. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But that's basically going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.